Welcome back to today's podcast. It's your girl back again with another freaking video for y'all. Welcome back to today's podcast. I'm so happy to be with you guys. And as you can see in today's title, we're talking about mark my words. But before we get into this podcast today, you already know how it goes. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, follow on Spotify, hit me up, tell a friend and tell a friend. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I thank you for everybody who's really been supporting me and really been there and really been appreciating the podcast. Like, I really appreciate y'all because without y'all, then why would I do what I do? What would be the point? So I appreciate y'all. So y'all already know where to go and where to find me and what to do. Okay? So, as I was saying, we're on episode 6, guys. We are on episode 6. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. We getting up there. Hey, we making moves. We bringing value, and so that's important and that's meaningful to me, and I hope it's meaningful to y'all, and I hope that at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, some of y'all. I hope some of y'all are really getting something out of this podcast because I know I'm getting something out of it just by doing it. So, getting into today's podcast, getting into today's episode, we are talking about mark my words. And so with this, I wanted to kind of talk about how the language we use is very, very, very key. It's very vital when we're in our day-to-day lives. So what kind of language are you using in your life? When I say language, I'm asking what are the words that you are speaking to describe yourself, to describe your life, to describe your circumstances. Are you using words of peace? Are you using words of hope? Are you using words of prosperity over your life? Or are you using language that's bringing you down, that's speaking despair, anger, confusion, madness to your circumstances? What kind of language are you using? Let's talk about it. Okay? Your words, hear me out, y'all. Your words have the power of life or of death. Your tongue has the power to bring life or death into your circumstances. Now, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying physically. I'm saying like emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It has the power to bring life or death. So if you're speaking words that are saying, I am not enough, I am not worthy, I am broke, I am sad, I am depressed, I am a loser, I am fat, I am short. These words, even if you feel like you're one of those things, or if you may be in a position where you are what you're saying that you are, you're still adding more fuel to the fire by saying words that are bringing you lower vibrations, that are bringing you down. But if you are using language that's uplifting you, I am smart, I am beautiful, I am enough, I am confident, I am worthy, these are words that are lifting you higher, and these are words that you are attracting to yourself that are making you that, because the more that you say it, the more that you're going to believe it. Your brain's going to comprehend it. Your brain doesn't know what's right or wrong. Your brain just knows that if it's in there, then that's what it has to put out. So if you're saying I'm confident, your brain's going to internalize what you're saying, and then your actions are going to move forward with what you're saying. Okay? So what kind of language are you using over your life, over your circumstances, over yourself? Because this is very powerful. Your tongue is very, very powerful, and we don't want to forget that. I don't want you guys to forget that. So I just need you to really just think about it and internalize it, because I know it's hard not to fall victim to saying certain things about yourself. We all have moments where we might say bad things about ourselves or other people or whatever. Things happen. But when you start to realize how powerful your tongue is in your mind you start to realize that these things that you're saying, you're going to internalize, and you're going to end up doing it, which in turn is going to attract certain situations and people into your life that you may not want if you're speaking negatively. Okay? So just think about it, guys. Just really, really think about it. I know you've heard about the celebrities who have done a lot of great things. Okay? I like to use celebrities as an example because most people know who a celebrity is. So they're just the easiest examples to use. But celebrities, if you listen to certain celebrities or you listen to some of their interviews, a lot of them will say that they spoke things into existence. They spoke things about themselves that in return what they wanted in their future. So they said things like, I will be successful. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I will fulfill my dreams. I will conquer. I will grow. I will make a lot of money. Okay? They all spoke positive about themselves, which in turn brought them everything they could have ever imagined because they spoke about it. They spoke it out. They put it out into the universe. And in return, it came back into their lives. They attracted it because they spoke it and they believed it. That is really powerful, guys. And I need y'all to really sit down and think about what I'm saying, because some people really don't think that this is real, and this is really real. Okay? We are just spiritual beings having a physical experience. Okay? So you need to really think about this. And so a lot of them that have all of these nice things, and it's not about material. I know some of y'all are like, well, success is not all material. We know, I get that part. I'm just saying that they fulfilled what they wanted to fulfill in their life. They may have said, I wanted to be the hottest movie star out. Okay? Take a guy like Will Smith. He said he wanted to be the hottest movie star, the biggest name in the world. And he spoke that over himself. He believed that. And his actions, he put in the work, and then he achieved that. Because first he spoke it into existence. He said that he wanted to be one of the biggest movie stars in the world. And in return, by him just saying it out loud and putting it out there, speaking positively about himself, he in turn attracted that back into his circumstances and into his life. And now we see who he is today. So I really wanted to give an example of another person that speaks about his journey on speaking things into existence and speaking positively over his life. And this is just something that I thought was very, very fascinating, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So if you know Logan Paul, he's one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. If you don't know who Logan Paul is, he is one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. I forgot what year he started doing YouTube, but he started, I think maybe in 2014, 2015, maybe earlier. But he just started making funny videos, doing a lot of crazy stuff, and he popped off, right? When he popped off in the YouTube world, before he ever did that, when he popped off, he wanted to be one of the biggest household names in YouTube, right? So he started looking himself in the mirror every morning, and he started saying, I am the biggest YouTuber in the world. I make this amount of money in my life. I am the most well-known YouTuber in the world. He started speaking all of these things every morning to himself. Every morning he woke up, he spoke that about himself. And as years go on, 5 years later, 6 years later, he does become everything that he spoke about in the mirror every single morning, guys. He has an interview about this. I forgot what interview it was, but I was watching it, and I saw it, and I thought that was very fascinating. And that's powerful, because it just goes to show that everything that I'm saying is not a joke. This is real life. Okay? So let's look at ways that we can speak positively, that we can speak things into our lives, and how can we be better? How can we be better people? How can we grow? And how can we attract the things that we desire in our lives that are good for us, that we know is good for us? How can we achieve? How can we speak positive language over ourselves? Well, I'm going to give you some tips like I always do. I always like to give my 3 lucky tips. Like to give free gems, free games out here, y'all. Free game! Okay, so number 1 way is let's I'm sorry guys, write down affirmations that you believe about yourself or want to happen in your life. What is an affirmation? An affirmation is, I will become a billionaire. That's an affirmation, okay? Because it's something that you desire, it's something that you want. So writing things down is important, because when you write things down, it is a powerful mechanism on how you will attract. So write affirmations that you believe about yourself or that you want to happen. And let this be all good things. Whatever you desire, whatever you want, you write that down. And you read it to yourself every morning, every night before you go to bed. Whatever you want to do, you can write it on the mirror. It doesn't matter, as long as you're writing down affirmations, right? Number 2, practice language that is positive even when you feel like it won't happen. Even when you don't feel like it. Practice language that is positive. If you go to the grocery store and somebody makes you mad, they really irk you, okay? The cashier was rude, the manager was rude, the whole store was rude. Don't speak any negative language. You turn your head and you speak something positive. It don't even have to be about them. It can just be about you. You can be like, if I'm going to own the store and I'm going to do better, and I'm going to have better workers, better employees. I'll have Chick-fil-A employees. And when I own a store or a restaurant, speaking that into existence. Speak that into existence, okay? When you're going through rough patches. Even if you don't believe it, just trust that what you want and what you desire will come to pass as long as you're speaking things that are of life and not of death, okay? And the last thing, keep your affirmations with you at all times as a reminder to yourself. Keep it in your wallet, keep it in your purse, keep it somewhere that you can see it. So whenever you need a pick-me-up, whenever you need a little motivation, whenever you need something to keep you going, or if you just want something just to look at, instead of looking at your phone, you can look at your little reminder of your affirmations, of the positive language, okay? And you can mark your words with that. You can mark your words that everything that you speak has power to bring life or death into your life. So let's be very careful about what we speak. We are not broke, right? Even if we got $1 in our bank account, we're not broke. We're in the process. We just getting started, baby. Okay? So, hey, I hope y'all appreciated this podcast today. Mark my words. When I say I'm going to do it, I mean it. When you say you're going to do it, you mean it. When you say it's going to happen, it's going to freaking happen. Okay? Mark my words. So, let's watch our language. Let's be very careful about the words we use, the words we speak of ourselves, our family, our lives, our health, everything that we do. Let's watch our language and use words that are going to bring life to us and the people around us. So I thank y'all for coming in. I thank y'all for staying tuned. I thank y'all for coming and listening to the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you guys for bearing with me and sticking with me through all of this that I got going on. And I appreciate y'all. I will be back with the next episode. We're going to be talking about some sacrifices out here. So, hey, y'all just come hit your girl up. If you got any questions, you got any concerns, you got any comments, you got any feedback, hit me up, let me know. I love y'all. Y'all stay motivated. Stay inspired. Peace.